Okay, here's the dream. You get your home ready for sale. We take photographs. We list it on a Thursday. Showings start on Friday. We have 2 open houses, and you come back from vacation on Sunday to multiple offers. That's the dream, right? So let's talk in that scenario. Then comes offer evaluation. We need to look to see what price and terms are most compelling to you. Much of this is a consideration of your goals and timeline. So typically, if there is more than one interested party, we are negotiating with the agents before they even send the offer, telling them what you would prefer. So often they're giving us what you're already asking for. But when we're talking about that, the biggest thing that you want to consider as a seller is not just the things that make it easier today, but the things that make sure we get to closing. For instance, you might be evaluating 2, 3, 4 offers. Gosh, if you're lucky, 10 plus. But you want to look at price. Of course, price is probably one of the number one considerations. How much am I going to walk away with? But then when are they closing? If we're in multiple offers, most likely they are giving you your closing date. But if you're not in multiple offers, when are they closing? How long do I have to stay? How long do I need to stay? Do I need to find a new property so I actually need more time? Do I need to find a new property so I need as much time as possible and a rent back for the max amount that their lender will allow? Those are big terms that actually could cost you a lot. Temporary housing costs a lot. Moving twice costs a lot. You have to factor that into your net price, and a good agent will help you look at those numbers. Hey, I'm getting $375, but I'm not getting my move out date and I'm not getting a rent back. So the cost of moving twice or living in temporary housing might be as much as $10,000. I might need to evaluate if another offer, even if it's slightly less, is actually better for me. The second big thing is inspection. Sellers love when buyers waive inspection, and I don't disagree. It's really nice to just be able to move on to the next process. That being said, inspections happen right away. So we know if your buyer is walking away very quickly, within 5 to 7 days. So much so that if it didn't work out, we could put the property back on the market the next weekend. So if I were evaluating cost savings here versus an inspection, I would take the inspection and I would make it clear how much you're willing to negotiate, which of course is still dependent on the market. If you've been sitting for months and no other offers, well, you're kind of at the buyer's mercy. But here, if you have multiple offers or maybe just one offer but quick market time, you might ask for a pass-fail inspection. Or you might say, hey, you can do an inspection, but don't bring anything small to me, or I'm just going to say no. You can talk about all those things up front. Lastly is the financing and appraisal piece. You want to make sure that your property looks like it could actually appraise for the price someone's offering you, especially in that multiple offer scenario. So if someone walks into your home that you've listed for $375 and you listed high for the market, you had no idea that it could even sell for that much, and there's 10 offers on the table and they say, I'll pay $475. Well, given comps in the area, the odds of that appraising are very low. So are they giving you an appraisal gap guarantee to make sure that you feel like they're going to still perform even if it appraises low? How are other people structuring their offer? Let's do what's reasonable, knowing we're actually going to get to the finish line and not cause a bunch of problems along the way where the buyer can actually cancel and get out of the deal. So money isn't the only consideration. Lastly, think about that financing contingency, which has to do with appraisal too. Is someone offering you a lot of earnest money with a financing contingency that goes all the way to closing? Well, that's meaningless. If they're protecting that money until they close, the lot of money is not really relevant. That being said, you might have someone who puts a lot of money up in earnest money, and they literally offer to have it non-refundable as of the day you sign that offer. Now, those are good terms. All of these things are very nuanced, but you want to look at each one and evaluate the cost of them and how much weight they hold. And most importantly, you want to know, am I getting rid of most of my problems now? Or am I holding on to problems that the deal could blow up later and I could have no recourse in terms of earnest money or keeping the sale together? If you are moving in Minnesota or Wisconsin and want to have our team help you evaluate terms of your offer, please reach out. We'd love to help you sell your home.